I remember when this all started, getting a phone call from my daughter. She was in tears, just crying on the phone. She said, "Daddy, I just ran into one of our servers at the grocery store," and she pulled me aside and she began to cry as she said, "Tell me we're going to stay open. Tell me we're not going to close." She said, "I can't make it. I won't survive if we close our doors." Single mom, doing everything she can to make it through. Not long after, I had a vendor pull me aside, kind of a burly guy, and he said, "Listen, tell me you're going to stay open. I've got 2 kids at home. The holidays are coming. I can't make it. If I get furloughed again, tell me you're going to stay open." Matthew Oliver from House of Oliver. We've been open for 6 years with over 50 employees. This isn't about the bottom line. It's not about the finances. This is about the fact that as restaurants, we are a beacon of hope to our community. We're here to serve our community. I had a mom come in with her 14-year-old daughter who told me together that I could share that the daughter had just been released from the hospital with attempted suicide. And the daughter said, "I just want to go somewhere where I can feel normal." Right now, we have an opportunity to be that resource, to be that hope for our community. That's why it's so vital that we stay open.
My name is Kiko Zanedjian. I'm the owner-operator of the Derby Room. Currently have 2 locations in Southern California. Me, just like any other restaurant owner, or even small business for that matter, have been struggling through this lockdown. The impact of this lockdown has been detrimental, not only to my business, but to my employees as well. This is the 2nd lockdown we've been through, and we're still struggling to survive. We're closed throughout the week just to kind of keep our costs down, our payroll. But yet we're still struggling, to-goes only on weekends. I'm in a location right now that is completely dark. As you can see here, when business should be booming. We're here on a Thursday afternoon, and I've got a restaurant bar that is completely empty and dark. I know we'll be getting through this lockdown. When is the question? But it's hard to get texts every other week asking how we're going to pay our payroll from my accountant. Asking how we're going to pay some bills. So it's kind of been draining my savings. But we're making it through, and we're struggling through. So hopefully we can get back to normal and reopen California and get back to normal business.
Hey everyone, Derek Clark, Palm Tree Brewing Company, aloha. Well, it's time to get real here about COVID. This is about our businesses and my business and what's happening out there for the economy. I've tried to adapt. I try to conform. I've tried to do everything possible. We've spent thousands of dollars in our outdoor dining, getting a hot dog cart just to be licensed, just to make this happen. And still, they have no data that has businesses contributing to the COVID outbreak. We've done temperatures, we've got social distancing, masks, glass, places where people have to stand, they can't come inside. This is getting crazy. This is getting to where I'm gonna have to let more people go and close my doors if something doesn't change. We gotta stand up, we gotta fight, we gotta do what's right here. We have to still know that this is real. It's totally real. But we also have to be real about this is gonna be economic suicide for us. We just wanna open California. We need your help, we need your support. Come out, protest, do whatever you gotta do. We gotta get open. Mahalo.
Hi, I'm Ken Newts.
And I'm Kathy Newts.
We're the owners of Sunrise Roller Land. My parents built Sunrise Roller Land and opened in November of 1973.
And in 2000, we took over the business for them. We have been established here for 47 years in the community. Sunrise Roller Land has over 17,000 square feet of skating surface. I'm sure you've come and skate here. Generations have skated here. You've had your birthday parties here. Your family and friends have come here.
Unfortunately, in March of 2020, we had to shut down. We had 2 skating clubs, an artistic skating club, and a speed skating club, and neither have been able to practice. We tried to open up as a gym, but have been told repeatedly that we are not a gym. We've looked into it. The codes for the government say we are a gym and a fitness center. We've had to lay off over 30 employees. We tried to work out PPP, but with no income. It was just cleaning, painting, making the place great, putting up all our protective gear, putting in the sanitization stations and the signage, but to no avail, we are still closed.
Even though we're closed, we still have expenses, utilities, property taxes, and we don't have the income to pay for that. At this point, our finances are dwindling, and we don't know where to go next.
So I'm out $200,000 since the beginning of this thing.
Of COVID. Plus no income.
I did get the $10,000 IALDA pre-loan, so that was used too. So we're at $200,000 there, and no income.
Done everything the government has asked us to do to make it safe environment for our customers, but we're not allowed to even prove that it can happen, that we can do it. And say our goal is to open safely.
It's always been to open safely,
our goal is to
but it's also to prove that we can do it right. And you know, we just want the opportunity to prove that we can open, do it right, and keep people safe, my employees safe, and give the fitness and the health back to the skaters.
Hey, this is Dr. Sharon Jeffries, and I'm an ear, nose, and throat physician. I have a solo practice in Southern California, and I just want to share my story about the pandemic. Since the COVID virus lives in the ear, nose, and throat area, we're the frontline people to helping take care of people not with the COVID, but in the area where the COVID lives. So we've been very affected by the virus, and let me tell you how. We have to don all kinds of personal protective gear when we take care of patients, and we've had to slow down our office practice in order to make it safe for the patients to come in and receive treatment. Now realize, patients still need treatment throughout this pandemic. They get bloody noses and broken noses. They get thyroid cancer and tongue cancer. They have attacks of vertigo, and they have attacks of tonsil abscess. So we've had to keep going. But how we've had to keep going is to slow the practice way down in order to keep the room safe for our patients and also for our staff. We've been able to work through that, but it's been at a big cost because instead of seeing 6 patients an hour, we now are down to 2 or 3 patients an hour. And you just can't make it seeing that few number of patients. Also, this distance learning has had a huge impact on my staff. Many of my staff are mothers of elementary school kids. And when we had to go to distance learning, my staff had to be home with their kids. And I agree, that's where they belong, with their children. But I can't run a practice without staff. I'm very dependent on my nurses that know my ways. They know how to set up a room to take care of a bloody nose, and they know how to set up a room to fix a broken one. Without that skill in my office, I'm almost useless. And then I step back and think about, how am I going to balance running my practice, keeping my doors open as a small business, and delivering the care that I know my patients need? And the two just aren't adding up right now. So I want people to consider what society is losing, what our community is losing when a person like me can't practice to my full extent. So I urge people, think long and hard. I believe that we should open up California as quickly and safely as possible.
Hi there, my name's Diego Rose. I'm the owner of Marla's Cocina and Cantina in Beaumont, California, along with my wife, Bianca Figueroa. We are currently having issues with our employment status here in the restaurant. Beginning of this, we had 25 employees. We are down to about 19. We're trying to hire back up because we are operating and having issues having enough staff to maintain the volume that we are receiving. We're also having issues with public perception of us being open as a business. The calls that go into the bureaucracies locally and at a state level seem to be the issue that we most have to deal with when alcohol beverage control or the health department comes through to visit us based on complaints. The best thing that we could probably have done right now is to open Cal now. Thank you so much. Next time you come through, come visit us.
Hey everyone, this is Desi. I had Desi Market in Orangevale, California. A little background about me. I came from Iran to the United States and I joined the Army in here, U.S. Army as an infantryman, and then after that I worked for the federal government. I came to the United States because this is the land of opportunity. Everybody in the world wants to come in here because they know the sky is the limit, and this is exactly what I thought. And I came here to be the best that I can be. And this country bear hugged me, helped me out to do everything. I made my business plan, I opened a business, I opened Desi Market, and it was successful. Unfortunately, the COVID hits and I went bankrupt, and I spent all those thousands of dollars of money were gone. I was forced to close my business and I didn't know what to do. But the good thing about me is the United States Army taught us very well, like not to quit. I'm not a quitter. I'm not gonna let it go. So I'm opening another business. People may call me crazy after the bankruptcy and losing all that money to open another business, but I'm not a quitter. I will start another business. Desi's Beef Bread and Beer is going to be a new business coming out of 2021. I hope everybody understands that how hard I work as an entrepreneur, as a businessman, as an entrepreneur. We are doing everything that we can. But still, we need help. We need our government to help us out. The only thing that I have to tell everybody is this, that don't quit. Of course, it's hard. Of course, it's a hill to climb, but don't quit. Still, we need help. Please help us out. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Christine Dariotis, and I'm here at the Old Spaghetti Factory restaurant at Watt and Arden. It's our family restaurant. My husband George is 70 years old, and he grew up in the restaurant business. His grandparents came from Greece and opened a little cafe in Portland, Oregon. And my husband was a dishwasher there at age 11. And then his family went on when he was 18 to open the first Old Spaghetti Factory restaurant in Portland. And since that time, the chain has grown into what it is today. And the Dariotis family came to California in 1978, and they opened the first Old Spaghetti Factory on J Street. So my husband has grown up in the restaurant business, and to see what's happening now and how it has impacted the business, the family. I mean, they have long-term employees that have been with them 30, 35 years. My husband knows nothing but the restaurant business, and what's going on now is just devastating. And he would be here to speak himself, but my husband has been battling stage 4 cancer for the past 10 years. For the past 5 years, he's been being treated at MD Anderson Cancer Center in Houston, Texas. And I just want to touch on, I think people don't talk enough about the impact that it has, aside from financial, but the emotional and other impact, the stress. We were in Houston in February of 2020. My husband had full body scans and doctor visit then, and he was, you know, the cancer was at bay, everything was status quo. And then when COVID hit and the shutdowns, to just see what it has done to him, the stress that he's been under, I've never seen anything like it. And unfortunately, we found out he had a tumor by May, and he's undergoing chemo now. So I just want to talk about that, because people don't talk about, you know, the impact that the stress has. And so this is just really, it's decimating the family business, you know. It's been in our family over 50 years. The Old Spaghetti Factory has been in business. And I don't understand why I can drive by Target and Costco and right next door here, 24-hour workout, and you just see crowds and crowds of people, no social distancing. Many aren't wearing masks, but we can't serve outside. And before this recent shutdown, the health department said, you guys get an A+, you do everything right. I mean, the science shows the percentage of COVID being spread through restaurants is so small. So thank you. Thank you.